Rolling home, rolling home. I can't wait to the rain with a drawn and lost in the rain. I'd be there, but there's a party just down the way. Tonight I feel like playing. Tonight I feel like playing.
Hi everyone, we are now having Ethan from the Corner House.
How's it going?
Hello, hi, good. Can you tell us where you guys are based? Talk about yourself a little bit.
Yeah, well, right now we're mostly based in the New England area of the United States. We all met in Boston in this little house, which our name was which we're named after. It's this little house in the corner in Brighton, Massachusetts. I guess it's an observation of a mix of different types of folk music, trying to like bring different traditional aspects of each of the types of folk music that we're from to the music that we make. And it's been very, nice. It's been very rewarding, and very challenging, beautifully so, and a long process. It's definitely starting to take shape in different ways. It's definitely cooked for a long time.
mm, sounds really cool. How many band members do you have? Like, and who plays what instruments? Like, how do you
But
put the band together?
yeah, well, I play guitar and I sing. I do most of the vocals. Louise is a fiddle player from Scotland. Uh, she uh, she plays fiddle and she also sings very beautifully, like tenor harmony vocals. Ethan is a mandolin player from Indiana. Casey is a cello player, and she comes from the state of New York. Um, and Ethan grew up playing. I guess what, from my understanding, he like started learning how to read from a young age. Ethan came from like this pseudo like jazz bluegrass background, or maybe bluegrass came first and then it was jazz, or
Mm,
maybe old time was first. He does a lot of musical things.
wow.
Um, yeah, and Casey grew up like going to a music school. Um,
Mm,
Louise grew up playing Scottish music,
mhm.
and I grew up in the Appalachian Mountains of Virginia. I grew up playing bluegrass and old time music. My father was into it, so yeah,
Wow.
we're all like really immersed in the cultures that we come from. Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds awesome because that really makes the music really fun and interesting to listen to and really
yeah,
innovative in your own ways as well. So yeah, that's something really really special. Actually inspired you to play the music that you are playing. I mean, obviously you said everyone has different sort of musical background and you put together, the corner house. Is there a like some kind of inspirational piece of work that make you guys like, yeah, that's what we want to sound like?
there was one snowy day, back when Louise's brother turned 21. Me and my partner at the time came downstairs. She played fiddle, and we heard Louise rehearsing this piece in the kitchen. Uh, uh, she hadn't got her brother a birthday present, so me and my partner at the time, we both like learned the tune. I did it as best I could on the bass, and Ethan and Louise, Ethan played guitar, and Louise played fiddle. Sent him this video of us playing one of her tunes, and then like she asked me and the other Ethan to go to Freshgrass and play some stuff with her, and it sort of started from that. But like, I guess to say why it kept going is it's just the like we've lived in a house full of musicians, and it's like the only thing that kept working. We kept working on it. We
Yeah,
This is like the thing we kept working on.
it's a little
It's like
chemistry.
magical, and also, yeah, it's magical, and it's also human too, in a lot
Yeah,
of ways.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's amazing that you're able to sort of gel together so well. Because for some people, it might be hard to find, band members that really vibe with each other. And it's a
Yeah.
rare thing that you can just gel so quickly together and just it's a wonderful thing to see people enjoy themselves on stage and just like it's a natural human interaction when you
Mhm.
play as well. Yeah, that's beautiful. So I know you guys have a few releases. I think it's a few albums. Is that right? Like a few albums and there's a couple of singles.
Yeah, we've got two EPs out, and our first full length record came out this year.
mm,
Yeah, I guess it would be this year.
yeah, yeah,
and
yes, that's
and
amazing.
yeah,
Yeah,
we're really proud of it. The great harpist Maeve Gilchrist
yeah,
produced it,
mm,
and we got to work this lovely engineer Eli Cash out in New York State, and he had a lot to do with the production of that as well. He had a lot of great ideas to add to it, like added some bird sounds in there.
yeah.
It's just really good at his job. So yeah, it was really fun to make, and I'm really proud of the music.
Yeah. I actually want to say I do have a few favorite songs of yours.
Oh,
Trying to get the music stuff out and then just figure out. I think like Angel Falls is one of my favorites,
well,
and
thank you.
South of the City. I mean, for me, I find it really interesting that you guys focus on more of the instrumental part of the aspect of the song, and I feel like the lyrical sort of the vocal part of the song sort of just slowly sipping in, so it's not necessarily always the focus, which is an
Oh,
interesting way to write music, and I think it's amazing, almost like an orchestra in a way.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's definitely like plays out of the strengths of the band. I feel like I feel like we were all growing with each other at the time. We weren't necessarily playing a lot of music together because it was you know we were like stage two pandemic making this record.
Yeah.
We quarantined for 2 weeks and went out to this place, and
Mm,
um, yeah, so it was really playing to all of our strengths at the time real hard, which is I think shines clearly in the music, which
mm.
is nice. It's a great display of what we're doing.
Yeah, yeah,
My
and
opinion.
that's beautiful. Actually, it reminds me of Bon Iver's music in some ways.
Oh,
Um, just yeah, like I'm a big fan of his, so
me
I
too.
feel like yeah, it's almost comparable for me.
I I
Like
I I love that. But no, I listen to Justin Vernon all the time.
yeah,
When I was growing up, and yeah, I wondered why people didn't use falsetto more. I was really affected by his music for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. So anyway, it's yeah, big fan. It's beautiful. I love that.
Mhm.
So, which song actually represents Corner House, or which one would you say that sort of represent? That's the song that everyone should listen to if you want to get to know Corner House.
Oh, well, that's hard. That's a tough question because I mean, the song that represents me the most in Corner House would be Angel Falls, probably. I wrote that one with a member of the band. Me and Ethan worked out the parts together. Me and Louise talked about harmony stuff and like where we're gonna sing together. That's definitely like the one that had most band influence, and it's the one I'm most proud of lyrically on this album, as far as
Okay,
it goes.
I'll make sure I check that one out because you have so many people in your band. How do you normally start the songwriting process?
It's a poem. I start with
Poem?
words. hmm
Oh wow.
Starts with rhythm first, and
Okay.
then a poem later, and then harmony.
Mm.
That's how I write. Or that's how I write within this group too. And usually I'll get like a structure down. So I'll get like a chorus and a verse, or like two verses and then maybe add a chorus later. But they usually come in pieces. I usually finish them up with Ethan, Louise, or Casey. Um, you know,
Mm.
it will influence me in some way to finish the arrangement. Um,
Mm.
and then they bring tunes along. They bring the tunes along. Um, I don't think I've written a tune for this band yet, but I'd like I have a couple that I think would fit us well. We just haven't got around to it or something. But yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. Um, could you tell me like the theme of the EPs that you put out? Is there a specific theme of the latest EP that you put out, or is there a sort of a core message that you want to give to people?
Um, to answer the first question, yes, our latest EP, Easter Sunday, is themed around like more heavily influenced by the old time style. At
Mm,
least when I think about what I'm playing on guitar, I'm thinking about more chunky rhythms. I'm thinking about, you know, like we're thinking about drony sounds and yeah, I guess it was more. There is so much like blending in
Yeah.
that EP though. You can't really call it old time. But
Yeah.
I guess that one was more where that was geared towards, and I guess the full length is more geared towards songs and like our identities as musicians. There's plenty of like original stuff that sort of encapsulates us
Mm,
um, accurately.
mm.
And I guess the first EP was just us figuring out what the ensemble, you know,
Yeah.
sound was going to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's interesting because I'm also the same when I release my first EP. Actually, my first EP is really like vulnerable. It's just my vocals and guitar and ukulele,
yeah,
and then it's just like a little showcase of who I actually am. And then I sort of have this transition going to my second EP and just going to be a fuller band sound with a producer helping out as well. So I guess it's a similar situation. Like I'm still trying to figure out my sound, like what is actually Kim Yang sound. So yeah, I think we're all trying to grow from different. Um, yeah, we're just trying to grow in general, right? Like writing music, and I always want to evolve and wanted to find things that really represent yourself in a way.
sure.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's nice to know that everyone's sort of on the same page. You know, like yeah, not everyone has this strict idea of who they has to be. So yeah,
For
it's
sure.
always about experimenting,
Yeah.
exploring.
I love the idea. It keeps coming back to me. It's just like the names and the music that you make will become you one
Mm,
day. But it's always been inside you, and it'll just become you, and it'll become your sound. You'll you'll know yourself by that sound, but
mm. Yeah,
it doesn't necessarily have to have a form when it comes out.
yeah. Tell me a fun fact about yourself, or one fun fact about the band.
We love Wingspan. Have you ever played the board game Wingspan?
No, I should check
Oh,
it out. Oh, okay.
we should do an entire Corner House will do. Put this in an interview. Corner House will do an entire Instagram post about Wingspan. I guarantee we'll be so good at it. We'll be so
Oh,
good. It's a hard thing to explain,
right.
and you know, like whatever however much time we
Yeah,
want to give the subject,
yeah.
but we love Wingspan. The board game Wingspan is one of our favorites.
Great.
Um, we love playing games around a table. We love making meals and playing games around the table.
Great.
That's kind of our thing.
Since
Sure.
we're now speaking to my Aussie friends on the internet, we call Australians Aussies. Can you tell us what is your like Australian impression?
What is our impression of Australian people?
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
spiders are way too big. Apparently, it rains spiders there. Um, you have all the poisonous animals in the world. Uh, there's an entire thing called the Outback. I don't know how big that is anymore, but it used to be huge.
Yeah,
Um,
still huge.
I used to do. I don't know if he's still a national hero, but I used to think Crocodile Hunter was a national hero of Australia. I don't know if that's a thing or if that's just a thing that Americans made up.
Um,
Um,
it's kind of a world impression, I think. But
is that okay with y'all?
Mr. Crocodile actually passed away a few years ago. So
By a stingray.
your stingrays, yes, we have quite a lot of dangerous animals here, I guess.
Sorry. Yeah, no, I loved that show when I was a kid. I wanted to be a veterinarian because of him.
All right.
I actually did start working with horses because of that show.
I think that sort of wraps up our little interview. So Kim with Corner House interview, and yeah, do you guys have any new releases coming up? Do you want to share with everyone?
Well, we did just write a concerto that we performed at Fresh Grass that I think after the reception it received at Fresh Grass and after well how we feel about it, I think we're going to record that soon probably.
Hmm.
I'd like to at least. I think yeah, pretty safe to say that's to look forward to in our near future. But other than that, yeah, we're this winter we got writing on the books, so we'll be working on some new material for next year.
Awesome. Yeah,
Hmm.
excited to hear that. And I'm also very excited to work with you guys for some collaborations. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah. So all very exciting. So anyway, thanks again, Ethan, from the Corner
Absolutely.
House. Thank you.
Cheers. Yeah. Bye
Yes.
bye.
Can't believe